SIKIKSYD. I am SIKIKSYD. I am a professional astrologer, psychic, shaman, medium, seer, mambo, witch, volleyball player. All the information you're looking for is in the description box down below. And thank you so much for supporting SIKIKSYD. Thank you for all of your kind comments, likes, subscriptions, readings, bookings, referrals, and gifts. If you're interested in the process, all those in the description box down below. This is for Virgo. You don't have to be a Virgo to resonate with this reading. You could be energetically connecting with someone who has Virgo in their astrological chart. You could have Virgo somewhere in your astrological chart. You came across this reading and it just resonates for you. Make sure to come back to this reading to see how it may, resonate for you in the future, because it's a prediction for the future. So that means nothing that I'm saying in this reading has happened yet or occurred yet. It's a prediction for the future. And if you are trying to figure out, how do you see, what part do you play in this reading, right? Because this could be your energy, someone else's energy that you're connecting to, or an energy that you're thinking about, someone you're thinking about. You can check your Mercury and to see what sign is in your Mercury, and then you can also check to see where do you have Virgo in your astrological chart. This reading is for Sun, Moon, Ascendant, Mercury, Venus, Mars, Jupiter in Virgo, or if you have Virgo anywhere in your astrological chart. And again, you don't have to be a Virgo to resonate with the reading. Okay, let's get into your reading, Virgo. Do it. Hi, Virgo. Let's see what your future is. Okay, what's the future, please, for Virgo? Okay, it's a beautiful reading. Let's see. Okay, and what is the... Thank you so much for supporting, like I said. Of course, remember, if you're interested in the process, all those are in the description box down below. Okay. All right. So your future, Virgo, the energy that you're going to be dealing with, okay, in the future, that is going to be a very big focus, is young woman. So you could be dealing with a younger woman. You could be in a relationship with a younger woman, married to a younger woman. A younger woman is significant to you, okay? I also feel like, if you are a feminine energy, you feel very youthful, or you feel like this is about somebody, who does look very youthful, or maybe is younger, okay, than you. This is about somebody who may even look like a young woman. This is also somebody who is on display. A lot of people see this person, notice this person. They get a lot of attention. They're very emotionally balanced, emotionally available, very intelligent. You have, in the future, you'll be dealing with the 10 of Cups. Okay. There's also something about, you could be dressing very well. This is someone who is dressing themselves very well, looking very put together, very polished. Okay. So there's someone who's looking very polished, very well established. Like when they walk into the room, change occurs simply because they are the change. With the Ten of Cups, many of you are famous, okay? So if you're in a relationship, you are in a relationship or a marriage that everybody wants. People feel like it is the dream relationship, the dream marriage, the dream. They feel like you, Virgo, have the dream life, okay? That you either work with very famous people or you are very famous, okay? If you're single, then in the future, you will feel like you know what it is that you want in life and in love. And if you're in a relationship or in a marriage, you also feel like you are the happiest you've ever been. You feel like, you know, the family's happy, you're happy, the marriage is happy, the relationship is happy with the Ten of Cups. People are really viewing you as someone who has everything that they want, basically. Okay. And I do think it is making people feel like, this makes me feel like they want your existence, or maybe even like they want your life, because I feel like this could be the people who are watching you and feeling like, oh my God, you have the life I want, you have the marriage, the relationship I want. This could be like whoever you're in a marriage or relationship with, a lot of people want that particular person and they feel like you're really blessed or lucky to be with that person, or vice versa. There is a feeling of like almost people wanting to consume you. Okay, this is also making me feel like you make people feel very happy. People feel very inspired. Okay, because this is Pisces and Mars. So this is Pisces, Sagittarius, Aries, Scorpio. Energy can be Ophiuchus energy as well. But it is about, I feel like if you're single, it's about you saying, okay, I know what it is that I want. I'm willing to go after what it is that I want to get what I want. You know, I'm willing to go after that life. I'm willing to destroy my idea or my dream of what I'm supposed to be putting in work towards, or what I'm supposed to be being fixated on, because I believe that that is who I am and my identity. With Pisces and Mars, this is like, I act on my dreams. I act on these things I've always wanted to do, or I've always felt inspired by, because it feels connected to my own sense of identity, and you're not willing to let that go. There's a fixation, that's the scorpionic energy. There's fixation on what would actually make you happy, so much so you're willing to act on it. It's not just a dream. It's not just something that's out of your reach, which can be very common with that Piscean energy. You know, like at the bottom of the sea. Who's gone to the bottom of the sea? Nobody, right? It's out of touch. Piscean energy is the energy that is out of, you can't touch it. It's the Piscean energy is the drug addicts. Okay, not just like, we're not talking about weed. We're talking about like people who are like doing like heroin. Like if someone does heroin, they're not coming back. Like that is a drug that is very difficult. And that is a drug that people consider is nearly impossible to heal from. But Piscean energy carries that. Piscean energy carries the energy of alcoholics, people who drink until they black out. That is overdosing. So people who overdose. Piscean energy is people who, it can carry the energy of people who commit suicide. Piscean energy can be the energy of people in mental institutions, right? Where they want a sense of reality, but it feels so out of touch. It feels so like the sea, like it feels like they're drowning. Literally feels like they're out of touch with reality. Now, of course, that is a portion of Piscean energy, right? The other portion of it is also having dreams that feel fantastical, right? Dreams that you imagine and it's like, oh, how could that even, right, baby? How could that even come true? That is Piscean energy, that fantastical feeling, that dream come true feeling. And so you feel like your dreams have came true. You do feel like you are living the life you've always wanted. You feel like you have the relationship or the partner you've always wanted. You feel like you know what it is that you want, right? And Six of Wands, Jupiter and Leo can be Sagittarius, Pisces, Ophiuchus energy. This is success. This is popularity. This is if you own a business and 50 million other people have the same business, people are coming to you to buy from your business because they feel like you are successful. They feel like you are accurate. They feel like you do your job well. They feel like you know what you're doing with the Six of Wands. I feel like a lot of people are paying attention to you and they're actually sort of shocked by the way you look. You know, when we're talking about Jupiter and Leo, they're shocked by what you believe. And there is a feeling when we're talking about that, that means like you're happier and you look better. Like literally look better. Okay, and you're probably more confident within yourselves with the Six of Wands. If you are in a relationship or a marriage, the person that you're in a relationship or a marriage with, they feel like you are the whole package. Like this is really giving like on top energy, feeling like you're on top in life and in the world. With the Six of Wands, this is like, it's undeniable that you're having a victory. Like you are coming out on top. Okay. So a lot of people want to say that they know you. A lot of people want to be connected to you. A lot of people's eyes are on you. People are shocked by you. I do think there's a feeling that you know, this almost makes me feel like death, like complete change. Like you probably don't even look the same to people. People are like, you don't even look the same. And I feel like you're recognizing that it's not just that you're in this new place in your life of happiness and feeling like your wishes and your dreams have came true. But you do feel as if it almost feels like it's unrecognizable. Like you've recognized that the past is not your present. And it's like you almost don't even, like people from your past probably don't recognize you. And you probably don't recognize people from your past. Like, it's like you're just on this new, you feel like you're living a new life. And I think you're also able to see how much you've actually changed. You're like, wow, I have changed a lot. A lot of people could be telling you like, whoa, you've changed a lot with the Nine of Cups. Pisces and Jupiter could be Sagittarius, Ophiuchus energy. So you are getting what you want. I see you being very successful in regards to your career or into the goals that you have. I do think that your philosophy and your belief system, this could even be your faith. I believe that becomes a lot more positive. This can also be your views on religion, spirituality, philosophy, or psychology. I do believe that you will have a much more positive perspective on it. And that's when you feel like you're experiencing true success. You are getting what it is that you want. So I feel like if you are single, then you feel like you have a lot of self-love. Like you really love yourself in the future. You're like, oh my God, I'm worth loving. I'm very lovable. And you know where you're going. You know where you're going. If you are in a relationship or a marriage, you feel very satisfied in that relationship or marriage. And you're like, I got the person I wanted. I got the marriage I wanted. I got the relationship I wanted. I do feel like saying like you got the job you wanted or you got the opportunities that you wanted in your career. And what you don't see coming is the Emperor, which can be any astrological sign. But this is, you know, all the kings combined. So what you don't see is if you're in a relationship or a marriage, the masculine energy will be feeling responsible for the feminine energy and want to take control, wanting to take things to the next level. With the Emperor, that's also like wanting to lead, wanting to guide, wanting to protect, wanting things to be officialized. This is also about like a promotion. For many of you guys, I see you potentially even getting a promotion situation. What you don't see is someone's becoming a father. So someone could actually be pregnant. Congratulations. I also feel like someone is going to become like the CEO or the boss of a company. I also feel like you'll recognize your own strength. I feel like you'll recognize like you're a lot more powerful than you think you are. I do feel like saying that what is hidden from you is your own strength and your own power. I do feel like saying that. What you don't see is you're going to hold on to someone. So if you're in a relationship or marriage, it's like you're holding on to the feminine energy. You see she's tied there. And it's like, you're like, this is someone who's valuable to me, important to me, regardless of the many things that I probably have to do in my life, because the emperor runs an empire, but he is not happy and he is no fun unless he has his empress. The emperor always has an empress, so it's like the guy who, he's not really a lot of fun unless he has his girlfriend, or he's not really a lot of fun unless he's with his wife, or, that's the emperor. The emperor needs his empress, essentially. Because, he's the one that calls all the shots. He's the head honcho. The energy that you need to be in the future is in the energy of repairing the veil, forgiveness, the number 45. And the number 4 could also be significant to you. So you need to, when we're talking about the veil, repairing the veil. Now everybody knows like the veil is usually talking about one's intuition and being able to see past what is right in front of you. Right? So it's not just about the situation, but it's about the principle. It's about the bigger picture. Every situation is not just a situation, but it's the principle of it. And when we're talking about repairing the veil, we are talking about saying you are willing to look past a situation, to look at the principle of it and not just forgive others, but forgive yourself. And recognize you can't change the situation, you can't change what's happened, but you can move forward and know you're not responsible for causing the pain, but you are responsible for healing it. Okay? The veil is always seen as this thing that, if you're not using your intuition and, some morality and some integrity, you're not going to be able to see past it. I do think it's about saying, you have repaired the veil, right? You have put up a veil in order to potentially not see situations and also see the principle in it, not see things completely clearly. It's saying look at things with spiritual depth, spiritual meaning. And when we don't look past the veil, we connect to people, places, and things with no spiritual depth, no spiritual meaning, no purpose. Looking past the veil, this almost makes me feel like, that's very interesting. That does make me feel like you have not wanted to see maybe like situations, and not just the reality of them, but also the principle of those particular situations. It's about breaking through the veil, seeing through the veil. And in order to do that, you have to forgive. You have to forgive, because you can only do your best with what you know at the time. Exactly, Aqua. This has been your reading. Virgo, thank you so much for supporting Psychic Sid. Hitters in the box, I saw those in the description box down below. Thank you so much for supporting Psychic Sid. Amen. And Ashe.